right, good evening, everyone. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. If we can have the secretary, we'll take a roll call.
Kayla.
Present.
Jim. Present. Greg. Present. Marianne. Present. And I'm present.
Okay. So the minutes of the previous meeting have been distributed already by the internet. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Do you guys have any corrections? No. Okay. If there are no corrections, then we'll just approve the minutes as they were distributed then.
Kayla.
Yes. We'll approve them as they were distributed, since we have no corrections. Yeah. No. All right. So for the business, I'm glad everyone's here tonight. We have a couple things why we called this special meeting. The first is to appoint a member to another director to the board of directors this evening, and also to go into executive session to consider an office manager wage increase and also conduct of LCA representatives. So it should be a rather short meeting, this meeting. We'll conduct more and give more information on various things in the next meeting, our regular meeting next Thursday. And so those are basically the points we're going to cover tonight. We also have a couple reports that we'll give you this evening as well. So first item of business, I move that we appoint as a new director to the board of directors for the Leilani Community Association Ross Stadnick. Do we have any debate on that? Board members? Okay. There's no debate. Does anyone have a debate here? No? Okay. So if there's no further debate, we'll go ahead and vote by roll call.
Kayla.
Yes.
Jim. Greg. Yes. Marianne. Yes. And I vote yes.
Okay. All right. So actually, we need to get another chair up here, don't we, Ross? So we'll go ahead and welcome Ross as a new director of the board. So just to let everyone know, we still have a position to fill. So if you are interested, please send in a nomination or otherwise get a hold of us somehow to do so. We're going to go ahead and give you a couple reports. This last week, actually it was last week. Was it Thursday, Greg? Last week, Thursday, we met with county officials from the recovery team. So I'll turn this over to Greg.
Okay, I was contacted about a month ago by Patty Pinto, who's the recovery and development assistant for that program, wanting to know if I would escort them around so they could see a close-up view of the disaster and what the loud had caused. So we met here last Thursday afternoon. We had Douglas Lay, Bob Agras, Garrett Smith, Patty Pinto, Tom Callis, and there was, I think, two of the people with them were children of one of the people. And then they have some volunteers from California that are here working with them for a year. So we had Chris Burmeister gave us a tour from his properties down here first. We went there, and there we met Pamela Ani and toured her property. From there over to the hot property, which is Heath Dalton's, which just freaked me out. There's actually spots in his property with steam coming out that's like about 200 degrees. I stepped over one crack and I was glad I moved quickly because I think these gas should have burned. But they walked around that, and then from there we went down to the end of Ho'okupu, and they went on a hike with Chris out on the lava to where his house was, and then from there they went out to actually the edge of where the flow was. So they get a good feel for what it looks like now, because most of what they knew was just what people were telling them, except for Patty, because Patty was here during the eruption and we were part of the escorting team. So that was it.
Any questions for Greg?
Any questions for Greg about that visit from the county officials?
Did they give any indication about what they perceive themselves doing with the information you gave them?
No, because they actually extended the survey they were doing. So I think the
Can you speak a little bit louder?
I just wanted to know, my name's John, I live over on my side. My question was, did they indicate what they were going to do with the information that you provided for them? And, did they say, this is what we're going to take this information to so-and-so? And
I think it was just mostly to get a close-up view of, like I said, what they've been hearing is just, hearsay. But they extended the survey they're doing, I think, another week. And then after that, they'll start putting this stuff together.
And as of the date that they came out and walked, they said they'd received about 700 surveys. So they're trying to combine all that information, try to come up with some decisions, hopefully from those surveys. Yeah, for all of Puna, not just Leilani.
should be quite a turnout for just Leilani, son.
Right.
Well, actually, they were supposed to go to Paul Leakey also, but it was kept in here so long and there was so much to see, they had to postpone Paul Leakey for another day.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? Okay, so just a quick update on the roads. The roads project going forward. There are quarterly reports due. So the first one was due March 31st and it's been turned in. We'll post that quarterly report on the website as well. And just to let you know, we're working on the website, trying to make it a little easier to find. I know the agenda for tonight was put on the website. It was put on under LCA, under the board meeting agenda. So that can be kind of hard to find. And so we'll try to make sure that that agenda is posted on the home page as well on the website. So we have a new webmaster, so we're getting used to working with the web as well. And that new webmaster is David Dye. Where's David? David, will you raise your hand? So he's our new webmaster right now. Okay? So we hope to improve the website to make things a little bit easier to find, because we know that sometimes it can be quite hard to find stuff on the website. There are quite a few documents also on the LCA website regarding the roads project. So you can find those. So as far as it goes for bids, so the RFQs, the request for quotes, which basically the engineers write up so they can send out to those who are going to do the work. That's not quite ready yet. When I spoke with Bruce at Okahara and Associates, he said that's about 2 weeks out from being finished. There's still some things with the RFQs that still need to be taken care of, and we're planning to work with Bruce on that. One other thing that has been brought up, we all know, I think many know anyway, that the road ownership for LCA is under question, and so that's something else that has to be determined and figured out. We're actually trying to get it so it does come under the ownership of the LCA. We're trying to work with that as well. So, any questions about the roads? Yes?
We know that the county said that they were going to rehabilitate Old Leaky Road.
Yes, right now, so that Pohoiki Road they're supposed to start in September. So when they do that, they're supposed to work on Leilani coming up until where it would meet with Kahukai.
Okay.
And then that would be our responsibility to tie it into Leilani there and bring it into the Kipuka.
So in other words, Leilani would no longer go to Pohoiki, we would have to take Kahokai to get to Pohoiki.
Well, Kahukai is not going to go all the way through.
Where's Kalukai gonna start then?
Well, it will be Kahukai from Pohoiki Road. It's so allow those people that still have their homes in the Kipuka, allow them access to their homes. But yeah, you would have to probably go all the way around and go down the Pohoiki Road that way. I haven't heard of any intentions by the county to open up all of Leilani.
Right. And when you speak of road ownership, you're talking about our avenues, not Leilani Avenue, but all of our side streets.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Any other questions? Yes, your name?
It's a priority of road repair, for Kupono, Moku, and Malama.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Could you hear that, Dean? Do you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Patrick O'Healy, I'm new to the group here. Are you speaking to legal counsel about the possibility of a quiet title action to gain ownership of the actual roads?
Yes. Any other questions? No?
I thought, Leilani Avenue was a county road.
Leilani Avenue is a county road, and that's why they'll bring it up from down there from Pohoiki Road up a ways, because that is county road.
I mean, I live on Kalukai and I can't imagine traffic going up and down that road.
Yeah, but like I said, it won't tie in from Kahukai over here. Okay?
Because I feel horrible going through the community down the far side to get to Kohiki these days.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 4,000 something feet from this part of Kahukai to the Kipuka.
Oh.
So, and you gotta go down into the Lava River as well. Any other questions? Yes, Rod.
Rod, which board member is doing the work for the road you're talking about?
Right now I am, and Greg.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, yes.
Could we talk about the distribution of the monies for people that lost homes at some point?
You mean coming from the county? So, I think was it yesterday I saw you? Yeah, I haven't looked up the information on the county website to be able to give you that.
It's also sketchy and it's been away for 3 years. Mine was the last house to go down. Sitting around 10 weeks watching everybody's house go down was really sad. And at the same time, I wanted to get in, get blown glass, all kinds of stuff out of my house. And I see people standing on my house during the lava flow, and I can't even get to my property through that gate. And one of the places I ended up living was Discovery Harbor for a while. Could never get to my home to take more things out.
Yeah.
I even tried to hire somebody to move my 804 square, legally everything house out of there. I couldn't get my home out of there, I couldn't get to there, and, when I was looking to buy another house, there were so many vandalized houses in this community, it was disgusting.
Yeah. Rod, did you have another question?
Just a comment. I talked to Tom Callis. They're not just gonna walk out here with a bucket of money and hand it to everybody. April 31st, to be able to apply for the buyout program. If you don't apply, they're not gonna knock on your door.
I can't even find the information, in case nor have I seen it
Oh,
posted in.
What was your name again?
Karen.
Karen. Can we make sure we get that? We'll try to get you that information.
Yeah, Ingrid Karen, whatever.
Say that again.
I'm trying trying to be a good
You
girl.
you said angry?
I'm really trying to keep my mouth shut. You know,
Take care of it.
you know, they tell you to do this, they tell you they're gonna turn off your temporary unless you finish building. They tell you this, tell you that.
Yeah, so as I understand it,
Before, should you do this, that, and then you're denying me insurance. Then I go get insurance on my new house, and, I'm not in there 2 months before they tell me they're gonna 100% plus increase.
So you got it,
Yeah,
so you can jump in now.
yeah,
well, I switched already.
so, okay, if you'll come up afterwards, either give us your email address or phone number so we can try to get this information to you. At least exact URL, the link to write to that site. I do know, like Rod said, applications have to be in, what is it, by April 31st, I believe?
They start April 31st.
Start April 31st. And they, from what the county recovery team said on Thursday, they should people should expect to start seeing buyouts by the end of summer, so August to September timeframe is what they said. Of course, there are the qualification measures, but what they hope from our discussions with them, their hope is that, you know, they have these certain qualifications that even though they have bought out those places, then once those places are bought out, that if they still have money left over, they'll go and try to help out more people, even though they may not necessarily qualify, so to say. That was their intention, they said. So, any other questions? Yes.
You brought up something that reminded me. I wanted to ask if you will be putting together an email list and giving us email notifications.
Yes, we're working on that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And do we need to sign up anywhere? Or
To get an email notification for LCA
right.
news,
Right. And is Robert giving you the email list?
we haven't been able to get an email list yet.
Oh.
We're working on that.
All right. Okay. So we'll probably be resetting that at some point.
I believe if you just, I can't remember, lca@hawaii.rr.com, is that right? If you email that and let them know, we can get you on a list. We get to work on that. Do you need that again?
Yes.
Okay, it's just LCA at Hawaii.
Okay. I'm not good with this phone.
Yeah, my smartphone is.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll get it later. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can just come up afterwards.
Okay.
It's on the homepage of the website as well.
Oh, okay. I'll get it.
Okay? And I saw another hand.
Policy to consider is if and when Hawaii County buys out some of the properties within Leilani, what is LCA's position on voting for those?
That's something we've taken into consideration and been trying to work on that as well. Absolutely.
It's important to remember that the board here is responsible for Leilani. The county is responsible for this big buyout program. However, there's a lot of other people impacted than just this community. So this is a suggestion. Perhaps on April 30th or as soon as that starts, we might be able to shortly thereafter facilitate a get-together in a facility just like this to make sure all the people that want to get attended to get on that list as soon as possible, because you don't want to be at the end of the line, you'd rather be at the beginning.
Okay, any further questions? Okay, if not, is our intention to adjourn this meeting and then reconvene in executive session. We'll be going to the office to do that. So I move that we adjourn this meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned.